Hello, my friend who likes to use R for data analysis. My name is Joshua Getomobi. Today, I want us to look at how to use R to merge our data sets as well as perform correlation matrix. Merging data is a process of combining two or more data sets into a single data set. And we do this most of the time because of two reasons. One, because we have some of our raw data stored in multiple files, worksheets, or data tables. And of course, we have the desire to analyze the data all at once. So I want to make the illustration using W4 data, HDI data, and CPI data. So let me show us the data sets. Here is the CPI. Let's look at it. This is Corruption Perceptive Index. I obtained the data from Transparency International websites. Here we have Human Development Index for different countries. And I got this from World Development Indicator websites. And this our W4 data. So this is COVID-19 data. This is total number of cases, total number of deaths. And this is doing business index for 2019, doing business index for 2020. I got doing business index for 2019 and that of 2020 from World Bank doing business database. For some of us that have been following me, I think you should be familiar with the COVID-19 data that we'll be using. So now we got this data from different sources and we have them in different spreadsheets. So the next thing we want to do is to merge the data sets together. And I'm going to show us clearly how to do this. I will explain this code because we are just going to copy this code into our script editor and run everything at once since we are already familiar with the process. So the first thing I want to do is to merge CPI and W4 by country. So I call that one WA. That WA I obtained, I will now merge it with HDI by country, and I call that one W5. After doing that, I want to export my W5 to Excel. I use get WD, that is get my working directory, to remind myself of my working directory. And in our case, we are using COVID-19. So, and this is how to write our W5 and export the data set to Excel. So we have write.csv, that is comma delimited. So then we have W5, that is what we want to export. And this is our part file. So we have C, user, and so on and so forth. But in your own case, it's better by the time you use this get WD, it's going to give you your own part file. So let me copy everything. Sorry, so let me copy it. Copy. So and let's come to our R. So let's get our R scripts, our script editor. Don't forget you first need to import all the data set, but I've done so. Remember how to import? Maybe we should just remind ourselves. To import, you have to come to where you have the data set, that is here. So this the HDI, the CPI should be on top. The CPI, then we have W4, it should be here. So, and here you have them W5, W4, CPI, HDI. That's good. So, paste. So, if I want to run the whole thing at the same time, say, select all, then run. Good. So, I now have a new data set, which I call W5, which contains my CPI, HDI, and everything in my W4. So if you want to look at that W5, you have to go to your working directory. In our own case is COVID-19. So that is where it's going to save it. So let's look for W5 here. I'll show clearly. So this is our W5. So let's open it and look at it. Fine. Now we have everything together. This case, dates, DB19, DB20, region, CPI, HD rank, HDI. So we have succeeded in merging all the three data sets. So the next thing I quickly want to show us now is correlation matrix. Normally we use correlation matrix to summarize data, or at times we use it as input into further analysis, or to diagnose what we are doing for further analysis. For instance, maybe in your regression, when you are trying to test for multicollinearity, I think the starting point is to just run a correlation matrix. If you want to do a preliminary test for market integration, you can go ahead and run correlation matrix. People do use correlation matrix just to establish correlation association between two or more variables. Today we are not looking at scattergram, maybe some other time. So now, if you want to obtain a very neat correlation matrix, we need two packages. The one is SJplot, and of course we need our dplyr to manipulate our data. But SJplot is the main one that we are going to use in order to have a neat correlation matrix with R. Again, I will explain the code. You're already familiar with how we obtain our W5, so we are going to be using W5. But I want to select numerical variables. We all know that you cannot include non-numerical variable, maybe a qualitative variable. You cannot include it in correlation matrix. So I want to select those variables that I'm going to use. And I'm selecting it from W5. I call the new data set new. So that's I have W5. Remember this code, which comes from our dplyr. So then select. We have our case, date, DB19, DB20, CPI, HDI. So, and after selecting them, the function that you need to run and get a very no, a very neat correlation matrix is sjt.corr. This is my data set, which is new. Triangle is lower. You can have it upper if you want uh, your correlation matrix to reflect upper triangle. And in case you want the p-values, because this one we just give us the stars, 3 stars representing 1%, 2 stars 5%, and 1 10% level of significance. But if you want the actual p-values, then you use p dot numeric equals to this t stands for true. So these names here is just to remind us of the names of the variables in W5 from which we have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So let's copy and run. Copy. Then come here. So let's add it here. Paste. But don't forget, I told you we need 2 packages. We have library sj plots. That's one of them. Then we need library dplyr. That's all we need. So let's highlight everything and run. So let's wait a bit. Fine, you can see. So let us show the result for this line 9 code, because this one, the one we have here is the result showing the p-values. For this one, just run this. Yeah. So we can see now it's showing us the stars. Now, if I want to export this to Microsoft Word, what you need to do is click on this. So it's going to show us the correlation matrix. Fine. So just right click, select all, and copy. So, and after copying it, just take it to Word, and you can edit because it's HTML. So, but if you want the p-values, then you run the last one. So run. So, and again, just like the other one, then you can just copy here. Select all, copy, then you paste it in Word. Then you can edit because this is HTML, and you can have it in a very neat form, just the way you want it. So thank you very much. This is just what we want to learn today. Please stay safe till we meet again. God bless you.